All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It's been great honor to stand here before you at the Third World Congress on Smart Computing. I am Tanvi Desai, Senior Technical Account Manager at Google Cloud, joined by my friend Rakesh Pal. We are at a historic crossroad in evaluation of artificial intelligence. For the past few years, the world has been captivated by chatbot, a reactive tool. But today we are moving beyond the static interaction into something far more powerful, complex, potentially volatile, the era of agentic AI. Our mission today isn't just about the technology itself, but about the fundamental pillar that will determine its survival in the enterprise auditable governance. The transformation. As we stand here in January 2026, the paradigm has shifted. We have moved from AI that merely answers questions to AI that pursues goals, autonomous agents that perform complex actions across our digital estates. The velocity challenge that we are observing, the agent execute decisions in milliseconds. This speed requires a new form of real time tracking, oversight. Manual audits simply cannot scale at this level of infrastructure velocity. AI has effectively become the operating system layer of the modern enterprise, autonomously managing everything from global supply chains to fine tuned optimization of massive GPU fleets. So, our focus as the data management professionals in shifting from managing static models to governing hundreds or even thousands of active autonomous agents. The architecture of autonomy. To govern these systems, we must first understand how they think. Agentic autonomy is driven by what we call the technical trinity: perception, reasoning, and action. What is perception? The ingestion and processing of raw data from the environment. And reasoning is the decision making brain powered by large and small language models. And the action is the final execution step, calling an API or engaging a tool to complete a task. The smart computing microservices are in this Congress, we should view multiple agent systems as an AI microsystem of our era. And we implement this through policy as code embedded directly into the agent prompts using real time guardrails and specialized audit agent that continuously monitor the activity of working agents. The foundation hardware. So smart computing cannot rely on software guardrails alone. Governance must begin at the foundational hardware and silicon level. We have to concentrate on the dynamic infrastructure as well. For agentic workflows to run reliability, infrastructure must be dynamic. We are seeing a move towards liquid cooled clusters that merge compute and intelligence into a single and efficient services. Moreover, auditable infrastructure code is now required at the source level. In 2026, our AI coding assistants must support hardware level integrity standards like Verilog and System Verilog to, to ensure the security of the spec from the bottom up. So we have seen this governance gap. The reality is sobering. Over 60% of organizations today cannot stop misbehaving agent in real time. So what's the solution? The solution is we call it the algorithmic fortress. It is our architectural answer to this gap. It treats governance as an integrated hardware and software constraint and not an altered afterthought. The three pillars of this fortress are immutable lineage, which is traceable data provenance for every input. The second part of it is verifiable reasoning, which means logged agent decisions that are fully able to human auditors. And the third is hardware level security, a root of trust anchored in silicon itself. So by these immutable logs and policy as code, we secure the very logic of every agent action. Um, we need to also break the isolation. Agents must communicate to be effective, but that communication must be standardized. The Model Context Protocol, which is called MCP, is critical here to prevent agent isolation. How do we do that? We also have to have cross-vendor accountability. Our auditors must be able to capture interactions across different vendors. Standardized logs are the only way to ensure multi-agent accountability. And we also have to make sure the architecture versus patching, how we handle that. Because agents communicate in milliseconds, governance must be baked into the hardware and software architecture, not just applied as a top level software patch. With that, I'll pass it on Rakesh.
All right, thanks, Tanvi. Hi, everyone. My name is Rakesh, and I am an independent researcher working in AWS as a senior technical account manager. So while we are talking about the the governance and compliance here on the agentic era, we also written the book on algorithmic fortress. So we will share the link if you wanted to read about that. But yeah, let's talk about identity. Like the zero trust is very, very important when we work on the security. In the agentic era, we must treat agents with the same rigor we apply to the human employees. And zero trust require every agent to have a unique verifiable identity. They need formal onboarding, specific permissions, and regular performance reviews, like how we do regularly for the employees in the company when we start working on any project or anything, right? So we restrict agent permission to a specific task using just-in-time access. If an agent does not need to see financial data or the HR data or the sales data, we should restrict and apply the policies on the agents so they cannot access those data, and then it will be secure and securely tied and then available only the agents who are eligible to see that. Can you go to the next slide? All right. So when we talk about the governance, we need to have the continuous compliance. So let's say you have compliance for SOC1, SOC2, or HIPAA compliance. Similar way, agents also need to have compliance, right? So we are moving beyond the era of traditional point-in-time audit checklist. So for active auditing, it will be 24/7, because agents always work. They don't sleep like human sleep at least some time, but agents are continuously working 24/7. So we need to have continuous compliance is continuous. So that's the only way forward. We cannot ignore that. And for audit function, it must be integrated into the design architecture and be active part of every single development stage. Can you go to the next slide? Okay. So what is the new standard? ADR is the new standard when we are working on the generative AI or the AI ML topology nowadays. So traditional logging is insufficient for the agent. The new standard is the agent decision record, which is called ADR, and it has full context, audit. So ADR must capture the full execution context, what the agent saw, what it thought, and why it is acted, right? So we should know how human we monitor what they are doing. Let's say you are accessing, like some of the databases which are not allowed, it will capture in the audit trail. So in a similar way, we are moving to the ADR era for the agentic AI. We also use cryptographic receipts to ensure it's an immutable, tamper-proof audit trail, and we need real-time monitoring. Real-time monitoring applicable everywhere, so it's applicable for the agents also. So audit agents monitor primarily AI system in real time, but they are guided by human oversight to lead the next generation of audit process. Next slide. All right, so case study. This is not just the theory. We face the challenges of achieving compliance at scale for our global strategic partners. For example, Vertex AI solution, right? By implementing Vertex AI for automated audit monitoring, we achieve a significant 70% reduction in overall time to audit. So that's the result we got. So which is significantly, good achievement. And for the deployment, auditable intelligence is no longer is a concept. It's a fully deployed in the field and it's operational today. So we can say, we have pretty good, results when we deployed these, and add those audits actually. Yeah, next slide. All right. So the future is the trust architect roadmap. So looking forward, our roadmap is very clear. We must mandate ADR and in all production pipeline and deploy specialized governance agent for real-time monitoring. We need global safety, so we must implement global kill switch guardrails and standardized, reasoning logs across vendors to bridge the gap between academic research and industrial reality. And we are evolving, and everybody is evolving now. So international auditor are becoming a trust architect responsible for defining the global metadata standards for agentic reasoning and integrity of the AI age. All right. So what is the conclusion? We need to think about integrity versus velocity. So as we close, remember, this is, the ethical integrity, which must match the velocity of our most advanced chips. Even it's NVIDIA or AMD or, Google TPUs or AWS, Cranium. We should, match the velocity of our most advanced chips. Success criteria is architecting auditable governance is no longer a nice to have it. It is the most critical, factor for the success of smart computing. And final thing is we are, guardians of new autonomous agentic era. So let's build the fortress of trust together and make sure we have all compliance and auditing trail, available for the agentic, for the agents, because agents communicate with each other, and that's how we get the result. So we want to make sure it's secure and compliant. So that's all for today. As I mentioned, we have a book also on this topic. We can provide the link in the presentation. So if anybody wants to see read the book about that, you are happy to read. It's available on Amazon. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Rakesh. Special thanks to organizers for giving us the opportunity to provide this keynote. So thank you so much. Have a great evening. Take care, everybody.